Hi everyone, it's Gary House from Run Strong, and I'm going to be telling you today about the new INOV8 G270. So I'm going to review the INOV8 G270, which they kindly let me run out in, and I've waited a bit longer than some of the other reviews because I've waited until I've hit 100 miles in this shoe, which, as you can see, it's holding up pretty well. That's probably down to the Graphene-Grip on the bottom. I'm not too fussed on the fact that it's going to cut through the mud better or stick better, to be honest, but what it is doing for me is it's keeping the sole lasting a lot longer, which will just prolong the life of the shoe. The G270, it's an updated version of the G260, which I also had. Wide fitting, it's widest in the range, but I will say it probably does sit a little bit snugger than the last version. Some friends I know that have had it as well, they've pretty much confirmed that. So all I would say on that is, although it's the widest shoe that INOV8 do, I think, or on the scale it is, I would implore you to try them on. You might feel that it's a little bit more snug than the G260. It might just mean that you need to go up half a size or full size, but trying them on is the best way. The most obvious update of the shoe, which is the best update for me, is the tongue and the laces, which might sound daft, but if you had the G260 and you thought it was a great shoe, or at least a good shoe, you will also think that it was let down by the laces and it was let down by the tongue. They had these kind of school laces, tubes, that just didn't stay together, picked up lots of grime, came undone during the run. Apart from that, I love the G260. So yeah, updated the tongue, updated the whole of the upper, to be honest. It feels like more responsive, it feels more like you could race in this shoe compared to the old one. The PowerFlow Max is the new foam that is touted at being more responsive, give you more bounce back ability, and I've got to agree, to be honest. If I did have a few small complaints about the old one outside of the laces, was just that it did feel a bit mushy over the ground. You could run for hours in the G260 and you can run for hours in the G270 as long as you pick the right terrain. Like I said, it feels more like a performance shoe than the G260. So that's down to the upper, it's down to the lace, it's down to the tongue that sits a lot closer to the top of your foot. It's down to the PowerFlow Max, which you'll have to ask INOV8 what's going on in their foam now. As for responsiveness, still, you can turn it round, it will respond pretty well. It's not the lightest racer shoe on the market, it's also not going to be suited to mud or too much wet ground. If you want to go for that, then that's what the mud claw is for. You can see the difference in lugs. These are more like Gorilla's nipples, these aren't, okay? You can also see the width difference. But yeah, as you get into the higher price bracket, which these are, shoes just become more specific to terrain. So you can run in these hard packed ground, light trail, anything dry. I've even ran a couple of road miles in these and they held up really well. So in summary, it is a top end shoe. It is quite specific. If you're looking for hours on the trails and it's hard packed, this will give you lots of easy running. Like I said, 100 miles. And there's nothing to say that this upper's going to come away. It's pretty well put together. If you like the G260, it's likely that you will love the G270 as long as you get the sizing right. That's the only issue I can see you having. I've ran over 100 miles now in the G270s and I've really enjoyed it. I have kept it specifically to what they were intended for. Hard packed trails, long mountain days, dry trails. I haven't kind of ran across mud and slippy ground. They are quite specific. If you like long days in the mountains, you like a bit of comfort but you enjoy the zero drop. They are wide fitting. I would encourage you to try them, but try them on first. The updates from the G260, in my opinion, are worth it. I ran every step of the Dragon's Back in the G260, and these updates, the tongue, the laces, the outer, they are worth paying a little bit extra for, in my opinion. So there you have it. They are my initial thoughts on the INOV8 G270 after 100 miles. We are looking to do more of these reviews, and I'm going to update you all after 200 miles. If you want to see more and hear more, comment below and subscribe to the channel.